Sehun and Anna both are present at dining table for breakfast. He glanced towards his little sister and found her listening to news so attentively she even stopped eating to give her all attention and listening whatever information the anchor was delivering on TV. He couldn't help but let out a chuckle as he heard her words. People are so cruel. People were always cruel. She avoided her gaze at him and slowly hummed, not wanting to appear rude in any way. Don't know what will he do with her, but as everyone believes, there is always someone else contrived them. You mean there is someone's hand behind all this? Anna asked, directing her point towards what she heard just now. What do you think? His mate gave her answer. She got silent and focused on eating her food. I don't want to admit, but he played a good game here. Sehun said unknowingly, phrasing certain someone about whom wine was oblivious. Who is he? After what he said to her last night, she is now less scared of him. Also, he doesn't seem a bad person to her. Unfortunately, he is my brother in law. Sehun admitted the bitter reality with a slight eye roll. You have a sister? Wine exclaimed, being confused. Sehun hums in response. Where is she? I never saw her. Since the day first, Anna have not encountered any other person except him and few maids. My sister, he stared into her eyes and said with a sad smile, She's close yet too far. The sadness in his voice was clear. He tried to hide but failed. I can see she is so precious to you. He laughed, agreeing. It's precisely because she is the only one left for me as a family, which got snatched by the husband of hers. His annoyed face made her laugh. You should not say like this. What if your sister gets to know how you are cursing and hitting on her husband? She will feel hurt. The look Sehun gave her was, Do you think I care? Wine burst into giggles as Sehun continued shading his dear brother in law, and she was oblivious of the fact it's none other than her own husband. Altogether, both of them spent a quality time with each other. She was enjoying talking to him and listening him cursing. The person for snatching her only family from her not knowing a certain someone in a corner of this world is trying to talk to her. Meanwhile, inside kitchen, Dhanvi was smiling wide hearing them talking goofily like a brother-sister duo who always fights but at the end of day form a team against a relative to roast them. Dhanvi knows about Sehun finding his sister all these years, but he stopped searching and talking about her after he bring Anna here. Could it be that she is? Leo jumped on his place as a growl erupted around his surrounding, shaking the mansion. His body starts to tremble once his eyes catch the sight of his boss approaching him with large, quick steps, and as he needs to mention his that dark, fiery gaze. Leo, he growled out his name. Leo was close to lose his conscience. However, a sudden surge of protecting his youth built inside him before his cruel boss destroy and crumble it into pieces. He had to fight because we live for once and die for once too, boss. Leo is 1000% sure today gonna be marked as his death day. You'll be forever in our memories, he laughed nervously. Can I at least say goodbye to my friends though I don't have any? What nonsense are you blabbering? Leo gulped at his rough tone. Boss, see, you can't kill me just because I stole some snacks last night. Okay, boss. Dying because of hunger, as of course I am a human too. Leo expressed his misery. He still couldn't erase those close to death moments of his life he experienced last night. The muscles of his stomach were contracting and torturing him so that he could eat something. And Leo chose death over death, and he haven't know how badly he's regretting his decision. Meanwhile, Taehyung's face went blank. What? You thought I was talking about this? Leo blinked and blinked. Then why were you roaring like a wild tiger? His lips roamed about. Of course, what could be the reason? Taehyung smacked his head and Leo whined in return. Boss, I stop winning like a teenage girlfriend and tell me why Anna is not receiving my calls. How would I know? And stop coming to me for your every small problem. You are a mafia boss. At least do something by yourself. I know I'm genius, but still, boss, handle your this husband wife matter. Seriously, nobody can understand singles feeling. All they know is to ask for a favor, not that we should do anything in return. Thing was dumbfounded until a sad expression masked it. I'm being too much right. Leo showed no hesitation and nodded. All I do is give you work and all. Sadly, yes. You know what, Leo? Just stop everything and enjoy. Leo's green eyes narrowed at this. What do you mean, boss? From today you are free from every work. Wait, I have something for you. Thing was searching something in his pockets. Boss, don't tell me you already booked tickets for me. His eyes were shining in excitement. At least tell me the location. Patience, Leo, you will know once you will reach there. Myung sat smiling sweetly as finally he found the thing he was looking for. Oh, boss, you're so sweet. I love you so much. Leo dramatically wiped his tear. Let me do my packing. Oh, hey, wait, at least take your ticket. Leo contained his composure and forward his one hand towards Taehyung. Not like this, Leo. Then he choked on air, feeling something pressed against his heart, and the boy don't have to look down to confirm what the thing is. What happened, Leo? Won't you take your free ticket to go into hell with special entry? Theon evilly sad, and the younger broke out into cold sweat. Boss, Mrs. Kim is calling. This was enough to the great lover boy Kim Theon, where, grabbing the chance to Leo runs away. In your dreams, the mafia's eyes turn red. Consider yourself dead by my dear assistant. And the whole mansion heard a ferocious tiger's growl. Soon was working in his study room late at night when a weird sound broke into his ears. First he ignored it, but when it happened second time, it buzzed him and he stood up from chair. As it was close to get midnight, darkness was spread around the entire mansion. Only source of light was dim rays of moonlight falling inside him windows. His sharp gaze helped him to locate things coming in his way, and he continued his way. But there was nothing. Sehun shrugs and about to go back when his mind advised him to check Anna once. With this thought, he made his way towards her room. What he decided was he will just peek once and will left, but the sight of empty bed forced him to check thoroughly. Anna, he called out her name, walking inside. Anna, he says once more, knocking on washroom door. Are you there? But there was no one inside to answer him back. Sehun visibly panicked and ran outside, calling out her name. Bodyguards rushed inside immediately. Boss, everything alright? One of them asked. Where is Anna? Where is my sister? He growled on them in anger. Miss might be in her room. The same man said with a little bit of courage. She's not there, that's why I'm asking. You dump. That's when another man came inside. His face was like someone has punched him hardly. Boss, what happened to you? Who did this? Boss Kim Deong took Miss Anna. I swear I tried my best to stop him but couldn't. And this was enough to turn Sehun's face red. Meanwhile, Anna is struggling and come out from the stranger's hold. She was in bedroom waiting patiently for her husband's call when suddenly barred inside her room through window. Due to darkness, she was unable to see the person's face. She was whimpering as tears were rolling down her cheeks. The girl was scared to death. Let me go, please. But the person kept dragging her away from the mansion. She can't even pull any trick as the person has held her on gunpoint. Anna was pushed inside a car, followed by the person. She yanked his hand away and tried to escape from the side, but the person's sharp move failed her attempt. He tightly gripped her hands and pinned down on car seat. Wine was crying hysterically now. Tears are continuously flowing down from her closed eyes. Please, leave me, go, leave me. She stopped struggling when she heard a familiar voice whispering close to her face. Hey, calm down, wifey, it's me. Her nervous calmed down once she realized the familiar deep voice. Opening her eyes slowly, they got locked with his brown orbs. Her wet eyelashes flickered as she surveyed him. He sighed in content. On the other hand, her body suddenly, by his hot breath, was his face was too close to her, unable to believe on her own eyes. Tears brimmed into them, and her lower lip trembled. Sobs racked her body, robbing it of the ability to speak, barely allowing a breath to the drawn. Taehyung bit his quivering lips. He put his arm around her waist and rested his head in the nape of her neck. Sighing in contact, a broken smile appeared on her lips while her hands ran over his firm shoulders before hugging him tight by coiling her arms around his neck. No words can define how much both of them missed each other. Nothing can rationalize their cravings towards each other they had felt all these days. I can't put into words how much I miss you. He whispered softly close to her ear. I'll never ever let you go away from me. He says and lifted his head above to look at her. Her quivering hands cupped his face, caressing it with almost care and affection. Tung smiled and brushed tears from her cheeks before planting a small peck on each side. Both of them are showing affection and adoration towards each other. Today's night belongs to them. He moved closer and rested his forehead against her, a gentle smile tugging their lips and shine of happiness glistening in their eyes. I missed you too, she spoke in her soft voice, running her fingers into his blue locks. Melting the mafia's heart by her gentle gestures, Theung knows this is what he has been longing for. The calmness for her presence spread into his heart. He once again engulfed her into his arms. Tingles erupted all over her skin when she felt his soft lips exploring skin of her neck. Her hold on his hairs tightened as she released a shaky breath. He snuggles deeper. Are we gonna stay like this? Anna asks. Good idea. Let's sleep like this. Without you, I couldn't even sleep properly. Wine chuckled at his words. Theung once more loudly in response. He was being clingy, and Anna wasn't minding. Honestly, his warmth is what she has been craving all these days. I can't believe this baby is a mafia. They immediately look at her offended. What do you mean by this? Are you doubting my capabilities, wifey? His voice turned octave low and a chill ran down her spine. Of course not. Tim laughed at her cute, nervous face. He moves away, helping her to sit up properly. No worries, you will soon get to know about my strength and what am I capable to. He winked, teasing her. Anna's eyes widened at his flirty line and gaze. Being shy, she looked down. Forgetting her adorable action flustered his heart. Whip Teung couldn't resist this and brushed a tender kiss and nuzzled her cheek, accelerating her heartbeat. Anna didn't deny her husband's affection. In fact, her small, gentle action of sliding one arm around his neck unintentionally provoked him and made the boy a little bit more greedy. His eyes asked permission, and Anna has no reason to deny this awaiting moment of her life where she could feel being loved. Her heart starts to pound, feeling the gentle touch of his fingers, brushing hairs from her face before tucking them behind her ear. Afterwards, grabbing her neck, while his other hand hold her hand and place them on the rein from where she could hear his heartbeat. Anna shakily breathed in, seeing him leaning towards her face, gently guiding her own face closer to. She closed her eyes while her heart is about to come out of her chest. His hold on her waist tightened. They both were getting closer and closer. The tension was high between, and Anna is close to lose her consciousness by his slow, sensual touch on her body. Seconds passed, yet nothing happened. Anna slowly opened her eyes. Her breath hissed as how close he was to her, eyes holding desires. He was staring at her with a small smile on his face. Never did this before. Same here. He chuckled at her way of staring at him in disbelief. What? You thought I'm that kind of boy? She shook her head in denial. But Aram, she wasn't lucky. His thumb grazed her skin, and with a small smile, he sealed her lips with his. And my heart didn't desire for her the way it desires for you. He mumbles against her lips, and planting a small peck there, he claimed them passionately. Her hand clutches the place where his heart resides as he, along with her lips, he captured her soul too by his words. The moment he starts moving his lips against her, she forget everything except this memorable moment which got printed into the back of his head. Like a tattoo, the heat of the moment burned her every pain, her every insecurity, setting her free from the tag of a replacement. On the other side, Sehun sitting in living area was staring at nothing. He seems to be in deep thoughts when suddenly his phone starts ringing. His face twitched in irritation once he saw who actually is calling. He reluctantly picked it up and an annoying voice made its way to his ears. Sehun, what do you want? Sehun knows there is always a reason behind this woman calling or remembering someone. I just want to make sure how good you are treating my dear daughter in law. His fist clenched in anger. How can he forget this woman and his evil doings? She's receiving the treatment she deserves. Sehun can't let her know Anna is his sister. Very well, but I want to let you know that Taehyung is close to find her. So before he could reach her, finish her. There was no hesitation in her voice, no sympathy for an innocent being killed. Sehun mentally scoffed, mocking her. Seems like she isn't aware how fast his son actually is. Sure, but what about my reward? How much you will be told soon. For now, just wait. He hangs up and threw his phone away. Fire of revenge ignited inside him. You just wait, Mrs. Kim. I'm not gonna let you go like this. Not after planning so evil against my own sister.